Hi, my name's Casey Williams, and this is Lady Lake Soccer Association. The field that we were painting today was the U11 and U13 hybrid field. Matches regulations for both age divisions. We also use our turf tank to paint fields from 3-year-olds all the way up till 16-year-olds, as well as having an adult league starting that increases our age gap from 3 years old all the way up to 55. We were interested in the turf tank at first by seeing the ads online, and at the time we were painting by hand using a rolling painter. Using the rolling painter on ground like this, it's full of little bumps all over the place. So as you're painting the field, it looks perfect while you're doing it, but the end product is slanted lines, nothing really ever matches. So when we reached out to Turf Tank to try out the product, get a demo, my team was absolutely blown away by the quality. Once we started using the Turf Tank, we've had endless compliments on how straight the lines are, how good our fields look. We hear that from parents, from the city government. Before we had the Turf Tank, we had to manually go out with string, stakes, markers, and map out every individual line on every single field. That process took almost an entire weekend every single season. But now with the Turf Tank, being able to have our fields programmed into the software, at the beginning of the season, I can just walk out and hit go, and it goes and does everything for me using the guidelines that we've used in the past. That in itself cuts down our time by at least 50%, if not more. And on a regular basis during the season while painting, even though the lines are already there when hand painting, that really speeds up the process. That still pales in comparison to how fast the Turf Tank can move. The field that we painted today, the U11 and U13 hybrid field, took about 11 minutes to paint. Before, that would easily be a 20 to 25 minute job, and the end product is completely incomparable. The consistent quality when painting things like the corner arcs, the penalty spots, you no longer have to walk them out or get perfect angles. The Turf Tank does it all on its own. They have a consistency of width and visibility that you don't get from hand painting unless you're walking at half speed. When you're used to seeing maybe a 3-inch wide line, then Turf Tank comes over and paints you a 5-inch line. It makes it so much easier for the officials, for the parents, and the children playing. I don't have to be out on the fields watching it, supervising it. I don't have to be pushing my painter. At that same time, while the Turf Tank is doing the job that I would normally spend half a day on, I can be back at the office working on what I can improve for the kids. One of the things that you can do with the Turf Tank is painting high quality logos. Our logo itself is very highly detailed. It has a shield, ivy branches, our name, a soccer ball, and other details that would be extremely difficult to mimic with a hand painter. Being able to put that out on the fields while other organizations come in and visit our complex gives us a level of advertisement that we would have never been able to get before. One of the other local clubs in the area, they had a Turf Tank demo just the other day. One of the first things they did was call me because they knew that we use the platform at our club. They were blown away by the demo. What's really awesome about that is seeing it becoming more available to smaller organizations like us, like these other smaller city soccer clubs, because normally something like this you would only expect to see in a high-level platform like the NFL, the MLB, MLS. What that really brings to our smaller organizations with lesser people, a smaller budget, is a huge return on investment for time. The time that you would normally spend doing all this work now can be reinvested back into the kids that this entire thing is for. A lot of them come from underprivileged backgrounds, and being able to give them such a great end product for them to be able to play on and smile about and be proud of where they're from. Our goal is for these kids not to say that they play at Lady Lake Soccer, but more, I am Lady Lake Soccer.